Hello, guys. It's Wednesday, September 2nd. So let's dive into what we're going to do today. If you click on our task list for today, we are going to first complete a journal. It's number 11. And here's what it's about. I want you to write a journal about peer pressure. And now, right, peer pressure is when maybe people around us, our friends, maybe our family, they push us to do a certain thing. And I want you to talk about, have you ever experienced peer pressure? Maybe people pushing you or pressuring you to do something that you did or didn't want to do. And then I want you to think about this. Is peer pressure always bad? Can it ever be a good thing? Maybe you've been pressured by people to do something that turned out to be a good choice. And then how do you know whether you should give in to peer pressure or not? Those are a variety of things you could think about and write about in your journal, okay? And then we're going to have a discussion today. And to lead into that, I want to just talk briefly again about this idea of peer pressure. I think we've seen peer pressure in both of the stories we read this week. On Monday, we read from Look Both Ways, and you read about Gregory, whose friends were kind of pressuring him to take care of his hygiene so he could get a date. And then secondly, you read about Josh, who became Filthy McNasty, whose family sort of assigned him his nickname and almost pushed him to take on that identity. So I wonder if we can't think about peer pressure from friends or pressure from family. Here's just a random family photo I found. I think we often get pushed to be a certain person by our friends and our family. And I think that can be positive and it can be negative. So I want us to explore and think about how pressure from people around us, family, friends, and even society, can be both good and bad. And that's what you'll think about in today's discussion. Some ways that Gregory experienced pressure from friends and family, and some ways that Josh or Filthy McNasty experienced pressure from friends and family. And maybe we'll think about whether the examples were similar, different, good, or bad. So to talk about these ideas, we'll jump into our discussion board number 3. And so directions are similar to previous. You can use the do and don'ts of discussion board as a guide if you would like. You read that during the first week. Here's your steps. Step 1 is what you'll write in your own post. And there are 3 questions for you to answer. Number 1, explain how the characters from this week's readings, Gregory and Josh, respond to the people around them. So just describe that. Do you feel like they're letting people influence and change them, or are they resisting and trying to form their own identity? Tell what you think. Number 2, I want you to explain whether you think Gregory and Josh should or should not let the people around them influence them and why. So maybe you think Gregory should allow his friends to affect him, but maybe Josh should not have let his family give him that nickname or whatever. You tell what you think. You might have similar or different answers for both. You explain there. And then 3, I want you to tell, are there any similarities or differences you notice that are important between Josh and Gregory? Maybe similarities in the way they respond to things or differences in the way that people are pressuring them. So you'll write your thoughts to those 3 and then create your post. Remember, you come down here, hit reply, write your ideas, and then you simply hit post reply to write your answers. And then once the discussion is rolling, I want to see you respond to 2 classmates' posts to get full credit. Okay? I've seen some good responses. Try to be as detailed as you can. Can't wait to see what you think about all these readings and ideas. I love both of these passages, and I'm glad you've read them this week. If you have any problems or questions, feel free to email me or use the class question board. Good luck, and I hope you have a great time discussing.